Nobody ever talks about the waiting when it comes to trading. Trading is a game of patience. And the more I trade, the more I lose, the more I start to realize that patience and waiting is the strongest skill to have when it comes to trading. Just earlier this Sunday, I blew two accounts in just one day, right when the market opened at 6 p.m. And it was terrible. I was doing everything right, and I even won. I won. I was up 200 for the day, but since it was a funded account, I wanted to keep trading. And just in a downward spiral, I blew the whole account, and then it was terrible. And then I decided to go into another account, a 50K account, and I traded on that account, and I was up 800 in profit. But my mind was still so disturbed from that loss. It was so far broken. I took another trade with three minis, and I blew that whole account. And I know my problem. I know I shouldn't trade after a loss, but what I want to talk about here is the patience that trading requires. Nobody talks about the waiting. When the market is choppy, when you're waiting for your setup, when you're just sitting there staring at the chart, and you can see other people take trades if you're like in the Discord or something like that. You see other people winning, and that just gets in your mind. Sometimes, I know me especially, I start to have FOMO or something like that, and it hurts. Waiting like that, it really hurts. Because in trading, you can lose weeks of progress in just 5 minutes, and I don't think that's something a lot of people can handle. And nothing can ever prepare you for that. No video, no knowledge, no none of that. You have to be in a trade yourself and feel that emotion, because it's so much deeper than that. And during that process of losing, I experienced this type of doubt, and it's just like looking for a better strategy or wondering what I'm doing wrong. But most of the time, it can just be psychology and execution. And today I took a trade, and I was very proud of that trade. And yesterday I took a trade, and I was very proud of that trade. And it just made me come to the realization that patience is key when it comes to trading. Waiting for the better setup to come, waiting for my setup to come, even though I see other people trading or winning, it's the most important thing I can do as a trader. It's the most important thing you can do if you're a trader. This game of trading is a game of the mind, I would say, more than anything. And I would say that's 99% of the reason why most people lose. And I'm starting to journal now. Not just my P&L, but what I'm feeling before I click buy or sell. Or what is my thought process during the trade if I'm anxious while I'm looking at the market go up or down, or just how I'm feeling during that moment. And I'm starting to learn more and more. And I realize that to succeed in trading, I don't think. Now, I'm not a pro trader. I'm not a pro trader. No, I don't succeed at trading. I'm not a good trader, but in my mind, as I'm seeing it right now, and a lot of times that I think we all heard that most of the work in trading isn't the chart time. It's really just sitting with the discomfort of not taking a trade that looks tempting but isn't confirmed. You see market moving this way or one way or another, we may get that urge to be like, oh, let me enter in before it's too late. That FOMO. But I'm starting to realize I need to detach myself from the money and just focus on the process, because the more I try to make, the more I'll lose. And trading is just a game like that. Closing the platform and just going on a walk will probably benefit me more. It may be boring, but it helps. And I realize the more I trade like I'm supposed to trade, It's boring. It's repetitive. It's very simple. There's no emotions that go into it, even when I lose. And I think that's what really matters, when I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do and not trying to force anything. That's when I actually succeed. When I actually detach myself from what I want. And now it's just waiting. It's just a game of waiting. And now I traded this morning. I'm off the charts for the day. I took a win. And I gotta wait for the next thing. And the next thing. And if you're like me, time is limited. I mean, I always feel like the clock is ticking down too fast. And I want to rush the process so much. I want to pass the eval. I want to pass the fund it and get a payout. I want to do all of that quickly. But I realize the more you try to rush trading, the more longer it's actually going to take for you, because you're setting yourself back trying to force these trades, these setups, or anything like that. Patience in trading isn't passive. It's not something that just like the air you breathe. It's more active. You're restraining yourself. You're waiting. You're just watching money shaped opportunities walk by when they don't meet your criteria, because you can always make the money in the market. You always can. But you can always lose it as well. And the biggest part is just letting go of if you win or lose and just sticking to what you follow every single day. Because consistency matters the most. I start to feel. And I'm not a pro trader or anything. I'm not a good trader at all. I'm barely average, but I just started trading for in these past 4 months and really learning. And I recently in June I just passed my first eval, and that was a major accomplishment to me. And I know some people don't pass until a year, but I still rush the process because I want more right now. But it's confusing. It's a confusing like arc. Trading is it's a beautiful game. But what we really got to realize, and why the reason I posted this video, is because I wanted to connect with any viewer who's watching this, that if you blew an account this week, you're not behind. You're just early. You're you're early to the failures. You're early to getting to that point where you succeed. You can't succeed without failure. The market can't move up without moving down. Well, it can, but it's not logical. There's exceptions every once in a while, but it's not realistic. It's not anything like that. And everyone who's actually funded always have that version of where they revenge traded or over traded or blue accounts. So that's a part of the process. The edge we have in trading is in the strategy. It never was. The edge, it's whether you can sit in the silence long enough for the setup to actually show up. And I just want to hear if you guys had any recent blow up stories. Just comment down below. Let me know. I'm sorry if this video was a little bit of rant. I didn't really have a script to go along with this, but I just wanted to get that out there because I had this feeling this whole week and the week before, and I know I'm probably going to have it in the future weeks. So I always come back to this video, and I hope you guys can come back to this video. Peace.